Cool. Well, thank you all for joining the Lead Dems tonight. It's kind of exciting because we're exactly 2 weeks until Election Day. So our agenda for today is that we have some lead stuff to talk about in regards to the election, but then also, as you can tell, we have some of the candidates, besides Jeff and I, because we don't really matter. But we have other people who will do their last pitches to you all for your vote, if you haven't already voted. And then once we do all of the official people, then we can talk about the elections and the Lead Dems, and we'll be off by 8 o'clock. So with that, I want to say one thing. So we actually have a new person on with us today, Jennifer West. She is with the Senator Shaheen's team. And if you don't already know, WMUR is doing, instead of Chronicle this week, they are doing the debates. So yesterday it was the governor against Dan Feltus, and then today it's Jeanne Shaheen with Courtney Messner. So if you're not already recording it, because I can't have you watch and be on this call, but if you want to record it, obviously feel free to do so, and then it'll be available online afterwards anyway. But I just wanted to do a little plug because it's unfortunate. I was thinking afterwards, I'm like, oh, we should have done a watch party. We could have watched the debate as a group. But unfortunate, we have some stuff to do beforehand, before the election. So with that, Jennifer, I'm going to let you have the floor. Feel free to say whatever you'd like about the Senator's campaign, and then how can we as Lead Dems help you and her.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the introduction and for having me. I'm going to have to jump off after my little spiel because of the debate. So I'm going to leave my information in the chat, and I'd love to hear from all of you. Please definitely get in touch with me. I love nothing more than talking to you all about what you're doing. So basically, as we head into these final 2 weeks, the most important thing for us is making sure that we are getting visibility out there, both in the days leading up to the election and on election day itself. So if you are doing visibility at all over the next 2 weeks, I would love to hear from you so we can get you a foldover sign that is specifically engineered for totems. So you can stick it on your totem, and we've got tons of them. Would love to get them out to you. So email me if you would like one. We'd love to get them to as many of you as possible. Yes, Amanda?
I'm the hub for Lee, so I have a bunch of her plastic signs already, the yard sign ones. So if you want to get me those more durable signs, and I'm so glad you said that because I do need them. I was wondering what I was going to do with her yard signs. I was like, I could put cardboard in between them, I suppose. But if you could actually get me like 20, that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
And I'll send
I just
you
made a note of that,
info.
and I'm going to do that. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Awesome. So I'll get your foldovers from Amanda. And we'd love to also hear about your plans for Election Day visibility, because we want to make sure we have people at all of the various polling sites and around the area. So if you're doing visibility at all, definitely let me know. There are also lots of ways to get involved with the coordinated campaign over the next few weeks, and that all helps us. So doing early processing, election day support, results reporting, lit drops, and collecting results on election night, all of that is really important. And if any of that appeals to you, definitely get in touch with me and I can make sure we can get you registered for that. Also, we are doing a postcard writing campaign, and we have a couple hundred postcards left to get out. So if anyone is interested in writing postcards, we'd love to have you help with that. And we can send over instructions and addresses and everything you need. The last thing is we have lots of signs. We have individual yard signs, and we have big 4x8 signs. And if you'd like a sign of any size, get in touch with me. I'm going to put my information in the chat so we can all stay connected, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much, and good luck with everything you're doing.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Cool. Well, with that, I guess we'll move on to, unless anyone has any questions for Jennifer before she jumps off. No, okay. Thank you again, Jennifer. I guess then Rebecca and Timothy, you two are up if you wanted to say anything or whatever you'd like to say. The floor is yours.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us. We don't have any asks of you guys tonight. We're just here to see you again one more time before the election and check in. We are more than happy to help coordinate with folks on election day. If your need totems are going to be standing outside, we're going to have some volunteers too. So I don't know if anyone, maybe Deb was planning to do that again. Okay. So we'll just reach out and Jeff, if you want to put some of your signs on our totems or vice versa, let's do that. So I know Timothy went out to Lee to drop off some signs, but we'll maybe reach out to you, Amanda. Maybe Timothy knows this, so I don't want to talk over him. But just make sure we get the signs. Okay. Make sure we get signs that we can staple on and have ready for that day so we can help out.
Yeah. So how is that going? Who is going to be standing at the polls on election day from this group here? So we can kind of just coordinate.
So that's a conversation we have yet to have. That's what, after you guys have spoken, we're going to talk about that.
Awesome.
So we can talk about it now, but I know you both have to jump off and continue phone banking and stuff. So I don't want to hold that up, but I can definitely keep you updated when we have our shifts and when I know, because there will be some people who will be there that aren't on this call, like Dean or Paul, or so. I'll keep you all posted as well as the party, because they have also asked to get a shift schedule.
Awesome. Yeah. So we have physical totems, and like Rebecca said, and we're happy to put, we'd love to get some like Mark McKenzie signs on there. We'd love to get some of your signs, both of you, Jeff and Amanda, and then, whoever else, Felta signs, etc. We are, in terms of our volunteer capacity, we're stretched across the whole district. So I'm not yet sure whether we're going to be able to add additional folks out in Lee, but we can be in touch about what your all capacity is, and then we'll have 2 totems that we will make and deliver to you.
Some of the carrying for you in Lee.
Okay. Yeah, maybe Deb can help out. / we can coordinate as well. But okay, sounds good. Yeah, that's the main thing. It's just election day visibility. So let us know what your capacity is, how many folks you're going to have, where the holes are, and we'll coordinate getting signs and stapling them and dropping them off. Yeah.
Awesome. And then anything else we can do? Amanda, are you doing calls? I think at some point we talked about that, but we're just trying to hop on calls when we can for folks.
I think, Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, we're done with our phone banking calls?
We will be done on Thursday. I've been doing some a few times a week here, and I should be able to finish the list that we have that we had gotten as targetable voters from the Dems in July on Thursday during the time I'm doing that. So we're good on calls. Thank you, though.
All right. Wow.
Awesome.
Guys are so organized. Okay. Well, that's all. We just wanted to say hi and see everyone's face again before November 3rd. Hang in there, and we won't keep you any longer.
Awesome. Any questions for Rebecca or Timothy?
So I wanted to help out with your phone bank on Thursday night. This Thursday, you're still doing it?
We are.
We are. Yeah.
Okay. And I just go on the Zoom?
Yes, sir. I'll make sure you have the link, Deb.
Okay.
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
See you Thursday.
Oh, and one more
Good
thing,
luck.
just for fun, we've been sending out postcards to our whole district, which have included lots of addresses in Lee. So folks have been getting postcards with our information, but also with information about how to vote and stuff. So we've been getting the word out there. So anyway, yeah,
Very
go
cool.
for it, win. 2
Yeah.
weeks left. Let's do this. Woo. Woohoo. Bye, y'all. We're gonna go phone bank.
Man, you got off quick. Okay. Sorry, Rebecca. Thank you. Okay, so Mark Brave said he would get on a minute ago. So when we are expecting the Marks, both of them are going to join us to do their last minute pitches. But since we have some time and it keeps getting brought up, who is planning on being at the polls? Now, do you 2-3 have a particular time that you're going to be there? Because where our polls are 7 to 7? No, 8 to 7.
I'm going to be there at 8 o'clock. Jennifer and Sophie will be there with me. We're bringing folding chairs. If last go around, Dean was able to furnish a tent And if we can do
Yep,
that
he has
again,
a tent.
a tent and a table would be great. I can
Okay.
do donut and coffee runs.
I can ask him. Was it the tent with all? It didn't rain, right? So you don't know that one of his tents has a lot of holes.
Oh, actually, it did rain, I think.
Did it? It's the tiny, tiny, tiny little holes that he has, and one election year it was difficult.
Oh dear.
We got kind of wet. But I will ask him for a table and his tent, and I'm going to ask him obviously when he'll be there too, because I know he will want to be. So, I mean, Jeff, do you plan on making a day of it and saying?
You bet.
Okay. That's awesome. Are you going to stay for the results?
Yep.
Okay.
And Sophie will be there as well.
Well,
Are they
yeah. But
counting absentee ballots at noon this, as they usually do?
They will be counting them up until 3 o'clock. Anything that comes in before 3 o'clock will be counted.
I don't know. The town clerk once told me that they counted, that they ran all the absentee votes through at noon.
Well, they start running them.
Yeah.
And they'll take anything that comes in at 3. I've been talking to our assistant moderator about the counting process.
Mhm.
That's Karen Long.
So they'll just start running them around
Yep.
noon.
Yep.
Going until closing?
I don't know how long it's going to take,
Yeah.
but anything that comes in after 3 isn't going to get counted.
Why?
They have to be either postmarked before. There's a cutoff time at 3 apparently.
Oh,
I thought it was 5 the day before, so you've got more information than I've got.
Let's
Have
make
they
sure we get that
advertised
information
that?
out to people.
Yeah.
well, that sounds really,
Important. So Katrin and Deb, what are your plans for the polls?
The best time for me would be after 10 and before 3, but I can also pitch in where needed and whatever. But I can't do until 10.
No, that's fine. So do you want me to put in for 10 to 3, or do you want to break?
Yeah,
a
why
long-
don't we put me in for 10 to 12, and then if there's another place that we don't have 2 people, Jeff and whoever else,
Okay.
then let me know.
All right. And Deb, what's your plan?
I can do whatever you need me to. So I can fill in or
Okay.
whatever you need.
All right.
I can do that too.
Wasn't sure. So you're going to be a whatever as well. I like it. Okay. Perfect. I guess that's it. Okay, because I have to split my time, so I don't know where I'm going to be
Yeah.
at what point. Barrington opens their polls at 7, so it might make sense to start there. We'll see. So, speaking of double abstain, we can ask him when he joins his plan. And then, so typically, and there's Mark. Okay. Typically, we do have a party. Do people feel comfortable assembling theirs at home, or do you want to gather? What are the feelings?
I'm a homebody.
Uh,
I don't know.
To keep social distancing, so.
yeah.
So does everybody have polls? Because I know Wynn has some to donate.
I have some, I think we have 2 or 3 totems.
Who needs?
Do we have
needs
any
polls?
left over? Do we have any left over from the primaries?
I don't know where those went. I don't.
Oh, I think we left them on the ground. So I don't know
then
what
no.
happened to them. Yeah, that wasn't smart.
I don't have any.
All right. And you have 2. So Sue needs at least 1, if not 2. Deb needs
Did they just
1.
say
if
we were
not
getting 2
2.
from the party as well?
They say 2.
Didn't they just say they were going to give us
Rebecca
2?
has a handful, but I think she said she could give out. So I'm going to reach
But-
out to.
I thought the person from Shaheen said that they were going to get us 2. No, was that wrong? Maybe that was Tim. Never
Oh,
mind.
I only heard the fold over the signs.
Okay.
But this call is being recorded, so you can always go back and listen.
Part I got right.
I'll just ask that of her if she has any. But I'm going to reach out to Rebecca and see how many she can give, and then if not, we'll find some. So no worries. Katrin, do you need any?
Yeah, whatever you want me to hold that day, I'm happy to make or do whatever you need.
Okay.
I'll
Cool. I
hold two
wasn't
if
sure
you
you
want.
had. Of course. Yes.
If you're making them,
Dean.
it's useful to put handles on the back.
Right. So I was going to say that Dean always recommends that too. Dean, do you have any polls from past elections, or do you need anything?
I'm putting them together myself. I'm fine.
That's good. Okay. Dean, do you need so hi Dean, we're gonna slide right in. We're talking about signs for the polls. Do you plan on coming and holding any polls at the polls? Polls at polls.
Yeah, I'd like to do a shift.
Okay.
Uh,
Do you have a preference of time?
Let me look at my, I think I actually have a doctor's appointment or something scheduled. Hold on. November 3rd, I remember the date. My calendar won't go that far.
I think we've all known about this date for 4 years now.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to get to the hospital at 2:45, so maybe in the morning.
That works out lovely. Could I have you do 8 a.m. with Jeff, and you can bring a table and tent? Is that possible?
I
know you usually do a tent, but I don't think you do a table usually.
Do they let us get away with a tent?
They have in the past. It's usually your tent.
Really?
If not, I can go borrow a tent.
Oh, no, I'm happy to bring it. I just don't remember. You were asking about totems. I think I have some Johannan ones. You need those? I collected them, I think after 2018, meaning to give them back, but I haven't yet.
Oh, that's sweet of you. Well, clearly he'll be there. I'm gonna guess he's gonna start in Lee and then go to Barrington because we usually do opposites. Or you could just use the poles and just give him his signs back.
I think we have to give him his wood back too.
Do you need then a pole, or are you okay?
I don't think I have anything now, though. I may have I may have wood frames I've used in the past, but we'd have to pull up signs.
I have you down just in case. Is there anybody else who plans on being there?
Hey, Amanda.
Hey.
Is it the I plan on making a brief stop in Lee this time around and for about an hour, but I'll have my own totem. I don't know if there's any signs you'd like me to have. I'll have my sign, Dave Waters, the executive counselor signs and stuff, but I don't know if there's any other that I'm putting together now. So I want your sign, but I don't have one yet.
That's okay. So David Waters, as much as I adore him, he's my senator in Barrington, but he's not the senator here in Lee.
Oh, in Lee, okay.
So Rebecca is running.
Oh, yep. So I do have a Rebecca sign too. So I have a huge pole that has all of them on there. So I just want to make sure I'm doing it right and whatnot. So
yeah, you're gonna have to have your District 21 for the Senate and District whatever David is. I can never remember. So you're gonna have two sets of polls.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Well, perfect. Well, that would be great if you swing by for an hour. That'll be fun. With that said, we can take a break from the poll conversation and the election and have you do a little spiel and just say whatever you'd like to say to the Lee Dems.
So again, I don't have too much to say, but I appreciate the support, and I plan on being in Lee, and also I would like any feedback you guys would like to see that the Lee Democrats didn't get from the county in past years or whatnot, just so I know what route to take with your town. So again, I'm open. Again, it's an open door, open invitation to get feedback from you guys, open dialogue. So that's about it.
Cool. Well, the only thing I have is that I am out of your signs. We ran out really quickly because I think you only gave me 4. So when it comes to building the polls for the elections, I will definitely need more, unless you want us to pull them from the street, which I don't want to do.
No, I will definitely get those to you within the next 48 hours. I will.
Okay.
Definitely. I just got some more from the local company here in Dover, so they're great. So.
Awesome. You must have done Michelle. She's delightful.
Yeah.
I can bring a staple gun and a sharp knife so that we can add signs.
Perfect.
So
thank you, Jeff.
Just bring a couple of extra signs so that we can put them on the totem poles.
Okay, awesome.
Hey, how do you guys mount the plastic ones?
Yeah. I'll arm myself with extra long staples, and they'll go through. They'll hold them. And as per your previous suggestions, I'll put handles on the backs of totems.
Awesome.
Mark, I've had a lot of people ask me about you, and I'm so glad you came on earlier to talk to us, because it was so easy to tell them about you. If you have any more information that you want to have us get out to people so they know more about you, I'm happy to post.
I mean, other than, you can go on to Facebook and go on the different platforms, but, I'm preaching kind of an open dialogue approach to community and law enforcement, social services, because it's been way too long where I think unfortunately, it took this COVID to basically open up that dialogue. And, we're all thinking outside the box. I mean, we're here meeting in a Zoom where I'm guessing you guys would usually meet at a central location, I'm guessing.
We actually started Zooming a few years early because we're just super that way, but
well, that's
but everybody
cool.
else met regularly.
Yeah, no, that's cool. But I again, so like for me, this is new kind of because I'm really I try to really talk to a group of people as opposed to Zooming, and I'm not too well at public speaking, so this has helped me very well. So again, like I said, I have an open dialogue, transparent platform, and that's what I'm going to continue doing as I go through this race, whether I'm successful or not, which I hope I am. But I will always be transparent and open to anyone that ever has any questions. So and we'll go from there. So, and again, I really need your feedback as the people looking, the communities looking from the outside in. Hey, maybe next time when you do this meeting with this town, we really want to focus on this, or we want to focus on that. So like, because every town in Stratford County is different. They have different, focus points or whatnot. So I need to know that. I don't want to kind of blanket it with one central thought. So.
Cool. Well, is there any other questions or anything for Mark?
Mark, we don't usually get a lot of crime in Lee, but we did have this active shooter at Market Basket this weekend. Do you want to say anything about that?
That's right, Dean. We did. It proves that although we don't have a lot of issues that we see across the country in New Hampshire, and not just Lee, that goes to social justice also, in terms of, you know, Black Lives Matter or whatnot. People say we don't have, you know, we don't have the issues we see in Minneapolis. We don't have the issues we see in, you know, I don't know, Chicago or, you know, Dallas or whatever. But New Hampshire is, you know, spearheading that. We're trying to get to the bottom of it. And it shows that we're not safe just because we don't have those in your face moments that we see on the media. Doesn't mean it can't happen here. And we saw that firsthand with Lee. You know, he's a Maine resident, but our highways come through New Hampshire. Doesn't matter. So I think that's very important to see. It's unfortunate, and I'm proud of the police response. I'm proud of the community response. I'm proud of the way we all handled it. But it also shows that we in New Hampshire still need to prepare for things like this. We need to get, you know, we bridge that gap between social justice, you know, social services, you know, mental health. Because I'll tell you right now, he's sitting in our jail in Stratford County right now. And although a lot of media outlets say it's, you know, drug related, there's also a mental health aspect to it. And I'll speak firsthand to that. And that's how I'm going to leave it. But we need to address it. And thank you, Dean, for bringing that up, but that's important. So.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Mark, if there's anything else we can do, please let us know. And good luck at the election.
Thank you so much, guys. And I appreciate your support, and I will, you know, hopefully I see you guys out in the polls.
You will.
All right, we'll see you there.
That'll be fun.
Thank you. Have a good night.
So Jeff, it leaves you and I to talk about our campaigns. Do you need anything from the Lee Dems?
No, I like to be there for the Lee Dems because I like to follow your lead. You do just a fabulous job. You hopefully are seeing some of the signs out along the highways and byways that say Jeff Salloway, State Representative. And walking around, by and large, by the way, to the trailer parks and leaving palm cards slid into people's doors. That's a population that I think we don't address very well. A lot of times we don't know that they're there, and I'd like to get them aboard. I'd like to get them out to vote. But other than that, we're just doing fine. If you're going to show up at the polls, please bring dog cookies for Sophie.
I like Sophie. She's going to need lots of cookies, though. she's a big
Amanda, let's hear it.
But I just want to say thanks to Dean, our sign czar, for putting out all the signs. They look great. It's always fun to drive and be like, oh, there's my sign. Oh, there's another one. Oh,
oh, I could have used
all the way to
a dozen more.
Barrington, so thank you. Yeah.
My
I know. I
pleasure.
didn't give you a lot.
Is there? I mean, there's still 2 weeks. I'd be happy to put out more. Can I get more like generic, you know, Shaheen and that sort of thing? Where do we get those?
Generic what?
You know, Shaheen and Pappas.
Oh.
And,
Yep, I've got those actually. Let me know how many you need, and I will drop them off.
Thanks for doing that, Dean.
Sure. Well, I mean, I'll put out, I basically will put out as many sets as you give me.
Okay. Yep. Over the weekend, I did drive over to DOT, and none of them have been picked up yet. So I was honestly very surprised.
I've noticed a few Bidens and Shaheens missing. I was kind of surprised, like a bunch of Democratic signs and like a couple of picked out.
You guys, Pat Gingrich in Barrington was saying that there was a lot of sign theft going on in Barrington.
Yeah, they have a lot, and they've got actually quite a few that have some booby traps on them. So.
Yeah,
There's a
anybody who's
couple
out
of-
there, leave everybody else's signs alone. It's really stupid to be fighting over stuff.
Yeah. Pat had to replace even one of the big, I think it was a big Biden sign, you know, one of the really large ones. Someone actually took that too. So yeah, she's been having some difficulties.
My fantasy is that it's pro Biden people who want it for themselves.
Well, you know,
that's a nice thought.
They're so expensive. A few years ago, they were $50 a piece. And I think the legislature should make a specific penalty for stealing a large sign like that, if a person should get caught. I do. It's just theft, and it's, or like what happened to Carol's sign once in the Sandown area, I think. Probably a mistake to put it in that area. But anyway, someone stole it, defaced it, attached it to a truck, and drove it around.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't we have a $1,000 fine if you're caught stealing a sign? I thought I read that somewhere. No?
Except it doesn't appear to be enforced.
Well,
Oh, that
we don't
reminds
enforce
me.
any rules for our president. Why would we start now?
Yeah, the laws are off this last term. Enjoy it while you can. I actually, you know, Lee has this ordinance about only one sign per property or something.
Oh, that's
I talked to my friends at the ACLU who seemed eager to litigate it if they actually attempted to enforce it.
Well, they have enforced it, Dean. I mean,
Have they? Well, they have enforced it. They haven't really enforced it on the political, you know, the election signs. There was this incident a while ago that happened. But anyway, if anybody has a case of them enforcing it now, I think the ACLU would be interested.
Well, they should talk to the people in Rochester who can't even put signs out. How about that?
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Why not?
On their own property? No, because the city has this ordinance. It doesn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not constitutional for sure.
And they'll enforce it if somebody puts out a political sign.
Signs.
All right. Next time I talk to them, I'll mention it.
Yeah.
So Amanda, I just keep a bunch of signs in my trunk of my car, and if I see a spot, I'll just drop them. And I put out all the ones that you gave me. So I don't know if you want to give me more different kinds, whatever.
Okay.
Same here. I'd like a couple more signs, please.
Lee
Jeff,
Dems
what
are good
signs
at
did you-
signs. Sorry.
It's okay. Jeff, what signs do you want?
I want your green sign, please.
Oh, I don't have any more. You can't have those. It's a different person.
You do you need more money to buy signs? It's probably too late for this round. But
Exactly. It's 2 weeks. I'm not gonna. You can't get signs in that fast. So, and I didn't want to buy signs
well,
for this year.
I'm planning for 2022.
Because I also had to split my signs with Barrington, and I was very clear with Pat saying, I'm giving you these, but Barrington for some reason doesn't give me my signs back, and I don't know where they go. So I said, if I'm giving these to you, I need them back. You guys are very good at giving my signs back, and I appreciate that. But every year or every election, we get less and less. So I will have to for next year, but for this year, I'm sorry, Jeff. If you're doing them in Barrington, I can get you the 3 names, but for me and solo, I don't have any more. So that's why it took me so long to get you at least the 3 signs. Pat dropped one off at my house and over the weekend. So
I hate to say it, but those yellow and black B signs of Johannan, you could read from like a mile away.
Yeah.
I think they blend into the leaves. I don't know. I think they're hard to read, so it's funny how we all have our own thoughts on them. Okay, so Deb and Dean, you guys will take whomever. And we'll keep you posted. All right, and then so for the Lee Dems, to go back to that for 1 second, and then I guess I'll have Adam chat about our campaign. But for the one other request I have for the Lee Dems is letters to the editor. We didn't really talk about that this year. And I don't know, because there is only 2 weeks left, if you wrote something, if it would actually get in. So Adam and I had an idea actually that if you had quotes about a particular candidate, you know, why you would want to see them elected again, we could put that on our Facebook page, or we can also do a MailChimp to everybody. We can use them in different ways. So if you still do want to write a letter to the editor, which is great, send it to them, but CC me. And then we can take chunks of it and use them in different ways that are guaranteed to get published. Because if you do that right now, I'm not sure if the Fosters would actually get it out.
They should.
I know everybody's writing letters.
Sometimes they put more online than they put in the paper.
That's true. Sue, sorry, go ahead.
Is it still Buzz?
It should be CCU, not CCU. You don't want the papers to see that you've CC'd someone.
We could do that, yeah, blind CC, the Lee Dems, not me, not my campaign, the Lee Dems, yeah. Yeah.
Send them as separate messages, or BCC, as Sue says. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Adam,
so I guess
Adam
with
needs any. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Adam, I feel awful that I.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead, Ding.
I was going to ask if maybe Amanda would give us some themes for her letters about her.
We can do themes. Where am I to do that?
I mean, I'd like to write like a sustainability one, maybe.
Sure. There'd be a great net metering one I can get you with the veto. I know you'd like that one.
Yeah, the veto, and there was the veto of rewriting of the municipal compost rule kind of stuff.
Well, that one was, yeah, I suppose that was vetoed. It was in House Bill 1234, so out of my committee. Okay, we can send out stuff to the committee for ideas. The House Dems do a great job. The House Democratic Office does a great job. They do press releases whenever there's a bill that passes or fails. There's press releases for vetoes. They put them all together.
Be quiet.
If she wants to come in, we're more than welcome to have her.
She refused
Don't say
to
no
wear
to
a
her.
face mask.
It's fine for virtual. We're definitely more than 6 feet apart. Yeah, we'll send that out. And then I guess the last, we'll be done before 8. That's gonna be awesome. Adam, do you want to talk about anything with us?
Sure. So Katrin, I think I know what you were about to say, and it's fine. Because after that first phone banking day, I actually realized I got through more of the list than I thought I would. And I know that you're doing it for other campaigns as well. So I figured since I was making more progress than I thought, I'd let you dedicate more time to those campaigns. So shared the love a bit. So yeah, phone calls we are good on. I'm going to actually be finishing those on Thursday. We do need one thing from the Lee Dems though, besides the letter to the editor / just things we can post on Facebook and other social media. And that is, we made a postcard for Amanda and that's ready to go, but we need some people to help address those.
And I'll do that.
Awesome.
That was when.
Who was the first? I got concerned. Who was the first? I'll do that. Was it
I
Sue?
will. When?
When?
Me.
Perfect. Yay.
You just need addresses on the postcard? Just addresses?
And a little blurb. Addresses and one sentence or two written on the back.
Do you give a you're gonna give a couple of blurbs to write?
Yeah, I'm working on those right now, and I'll be
Perfect.
sending them to Amanda tomorrow, so you'll have them by the time you have the postcards and the addresses.
Do
Okay.
you want to drop them off or should we pick them up? How do we get them?
I can drop them off.
Okay, perfect. And we'll just get them out as soon as we can, as soon as we get them.
Will they need
Yeah,
postage?
depending on how many people signed up, because there's like 900. So it's whomever. I don't want to give you guys like 300 each. So we're gonna need
I
more
can
people
help
to sign
that.
up.
100 is good. 300
Yeah.
gets a lot.
Are they? Do they have postage on them?
No, I'm giving you a stamp,
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
like rolls of stamps.
Okay.
Amanda, I can help too if you need.
Thank you, Deb.
Yeah.
I did this recently for another group, and just the shorter the sentence, the better, man.
Oh yeah.
I'll try to keep it. I'll keep the potential
Amanda's
blurbs
the
10
one.
words or less.
On your 100th one, you're like,
It'll just be
Amanda's the
Amanda's
one.
great by the end of it.
I think it's great too to kind of highlight them with a highlighter, and just write your blurb and then highlight stuff. No, I'd love to do that. That's right up my alley this time.
Thank you. So your knee surgery came in perfect timing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anna, maybe you give some feedback, or Katrina give feedback on what you guys are hearing when you make phone calls.
So for some of the phone calls I've been making, for the ones I've been making for Amanda, we included some language about encouraging people to vote for Dems up and down the ticket. And I've actually gotten some good response to that. A few people who have encouraged me that that's exactly what they've done, and a lot of people who have already voted that I've gotten on the phone, they've mentioned they've already cast their ballots. There's been a good amount of early voting. I haven't really gotten any negative feedback from the people I've talked to, so all in all, good news on that front.
Who are you calling, Adam?
So we had gotten a list of targetable voters for Amanda's district from the state Dems in July, so I've been using that list. So it's primarily non-affiliated voters, but there's some Republicans and a few Democrats on that list.
Seems a good
depends.
time to get people across the line.
It depends on the list, because I've done a lot of the independents and the undecideds, and it's amazing how many stories I've heard of, I've voted Republican my whole life, and this is the first time, and and then the next question is, how about up and down the ticket? And then you try to talk to them about how important, if you want to get things done, you need to make sure that they have the support. And they're like, oh, you know what? I haven't thought of it that way. So that's been really nice. But then once in a while you get the, swearing, screaming person. You
sure are an enthusiastic voter, sir.
Any information on Hannon and how he's doing? No.
No, just seeing signs from Joe. He doesn't, I don't know. I haven't seen any mailings. I haven't heard that any mailings have gone out. Obviously we're not canvassing. So, I don't think he's doing too much. It's kind of the same with Scott Bugsy. Like, Scott doesn't even have signs out.
Joe did
so
post a little bit
really
on
sure.
his Facebook page, just a little bit, and a few other places recently. So a little effort, but not much.
I've been going to
I was
them.
just curious. I saw them out, and it was raining the other day, and there were Trump signs and Hannon signs. I don't know who else was there. I didn't want to look, but that was the first visibility I saw.
Yeah, Barrington's actually been doing quite a few visibilities, and there's been quite a few Black Lives Matter rallies. They hold them on Sundays in Barrington on the intersections of 9 and 125. And Joe's been to a couple of them. So that's, but I've just heard that from Pat. So yeah, so I'm not sure what he's up to. He's quieter than I can't say that. 2016, he was pretty quiet too. So I think it's par for the course.
Okay, thanks.
So is there anything else that we should talk about? Any concerns, any thoughts, any questions?
So just to be clear, you were going to deliver this stuff to me, like the signs and the postcard?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Sure.
And the only other thing I have to is sort of to report is that the Stratford County Democrats met last night, and basically we have enough money, and we've been giving it to different committees or candidates that seem to need it. And I think there is money there. So if anybody needs more, you should contact Patrick Carroll.
Okay.
Okay. What else? And the other thing is not from Stratford County Democrats, but from Carol Shea Porter and me and our Defeat Bad Leaders PAC. So now we have 6 billboards. One of them is on Elm Street in Manchester. It's gigantic. There's another one outside of Laconia, just off Route 93, and one at the Rochester Tolls, one on Route 11 and around Farmington, just outside of Rochester. Another one sort of Shakara up that way, almost Conway, but not, on 16. And I forget where else, but there's 6 of them. And now we're done with billboards. We're into the weeklies. And so it's the same ad with the number of dead people that he's killed. And millions lost jobs, vote him out. Same kind of oblong ad now in a bunch of weeklies. So the weeklies, the Salmon Press ones above the lake, the Colebrook Sentinel, which is North Country way up, and all kinds of little towns on the west side of the state, and the Nutfield Press, which is the Derry, Londonderry, Chester, Sandown. It's a hard area, but we figured, why not? And if we had a little more money, we'd do the Merrimack News, but we didn't quite have enough for that too. But we got a lot of papers in there. We just bought them. It's for next week.
Oh, good. Thanks for doing that.
Yep. Well, we're having fun doing it. I mean, it's just a sort of, you never know what's going to work, right?
Right.
And reminding people about the atrocious death toll and the millions who lost their jobs is usually a good way to hit an incumbent,
Mm-hmm.
Most incumbents don't have quite the death toll, but this particular one really.
Well, it's just about to hit 222,000 tonight.
Yeah.
Say we'll hit that, and by the end of the week, 225, I would say. I keep on top of it because of the billboards and the advertisements. So the best site is NBC News. They update it about 5 times a day. So it's a constant update. But it made a difference because our billboard people wouldn't print anything that wasn't dead accurate. They wouldn't print a projection. We couldn't say, oh, but by tomorrow it will be 1,000 more. Well, it's not now, and this is when you're booking it. Too bad for you. So so we would delay until we reached some magic number, and then I would send the link that said it so people would approve it. It was so ridiculous.
Truth in advertising.
What's that?
Oh, I said truth in advertising.
Yeah, right. Of course, they don't worry about his advertising. I don't know.
But by the way, every time I watch a YouTube video, it starts with an ad about how Feltus is going to raise my taxes. Why aren't the Democrats on YouTube?
I don't know.
Why are we allowed to lie? Why are they allowed to lie like that all the time? It drives me crazy.
I know.
I mean,
Things-
that is totally a
Yes.
lie.
Yeah. I literally, one of the things I liked about Feltus is that he wasn't going to, and I thought that, you know, if he said he was, that it was going to get played really awful, and to go ahead and just pretend that he's going to, and that, like, that's so upsetting that they're being allowed to do that.
What they do. The Republicans lie about that stuff. So it doesn't matter whether you're for it or against it. They're going to say the thing they know.
Just shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, you know, they'll just lie about it. They'll, you know, so I thought at the end that I would just vote for the candidate that would swing harder, that would punch harder. And that wasn't Feltus. And that is born. I mean, he just hasn't punched. And honestly, you just have to. I mean, the trouble is they get these statewide candidates running that have safe districts, and they don't know how to run, how to get the first congressional district area, the conservative area. They don't know how to do it because they've never run a campaign like that. You have to count on people lying. They're gonna lie. So you need to be prepared for that and know how to punch back. And he is just not doing that. And
Yeah, I don't see the punchback that we need to, because it's an outright lie, and it just needs to be called out. So
to be honest, he reminds me of Jim Craig in the 2006 election. If Jim had been the one who won, this is the kind of campaign he would have run for Congress, and it wouldn't have won. It wouldn't have worked. You have to stand out more, and you have to punch back when they're lying about you. You have to be louder than that. I don't know. I mean, I think he's a good candidate, but he's not, I think he's not going to pull it out. Maybe a blue wave will help him. I don't know. That's just the way I feel right now. I don't know that he's going to pull this one off. And it's bad because you know what Sununu's going to do if he wins. It's bad. I don't want him running against Maggie, but he's going to. Oh, well.
Okay. On that cheery note, is there anything else that we need to talk about?
No, you'll.
All right. So you all
let us know.
Go ahead.
Supposed to stand at the polls, and
yep. So I'm going to send out the sign up sheet and send out things, themes for the letters to the editor. And I'm going to drop off signs and postcards to various people. So let me know if you need anything else.
And we'll get the totems to you also.
Perfect. If I drop off postcards, I can pick them up.
Okay. Well, I don't know if they have handles on them though. Maybe we can get some handles on them before you do.
Perfect.
I'll check with Tim.
Amanda, okay. I'm having my driveway repaved tomorrow. So
then I won't go down it.
Yeah. So if you just put the stuff in the newspaper box, that would be fine. And as totems, just lean them there or something, and I'll come get them. Or whatever you're leaving, just tell me you came. You know, send me an email or a text or something, and tell me you came, and I'll go retrieve them.
Perfect. It probably won't be till Friday, Saturday, or Sunday anyway, so no worries.
Okay. Well, maybe the driveway will be unblocked by then.
I won't tempt it. I'll let you know. I'll just leave them at the mailbox. So it's all good. All right. Well, with that all,
can I ask you one? Can I ask you one question, Amanda? Sorry.
Of course. No worries.
You said that you didn't think letters to the editor were going to get published. So can we just write quotes for you to put on Facebook and stuff like that?
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So I still need the information that you were going to send out, but I won't write a whole letter. I'll just write lots of nice quotes.
Well,
That's sweet.
Amanda, why don't you do those citizen endorsement things like Shea Porter used to do? So those aren't full letters. Those are just like what you were saying, a kind of a quote, like 2 sentences, 2 or 3 sentences about why you really like the person. And then you just put it on your website or your Facebook or something in a little block, and different people kind of endorse you. You could do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes
Whatever.
it easier.
We'll
Cool.
read it.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. You're welcome to do anything. Not a big ask. So, are we good? I don't want to interrupt anybody. I'm sorry. Okay, cool. Perfect. Well, I'll see you all, if not beforehand, at least at the polls. Let me know if you need anything or if you need anything from any candidate. Also feel free to reach out, but if you don't have their contact info, let me know and I'll get that to you. And I guess with that, y'all have a great night.
All right, you too. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.